Oregon Davis. Tonight they're going to have to do that. They're going to play that high-efficiency defense they did, force turnovers. Don't be afraid to get to the line and really to start attacking. You know, Tye Orsund, he can do a lot of things as far as slashing the basket and doing things like that. Really kind of freeing himself up and opening himself down in the middle to where he can kind of cut and go. That's where Plymouth is going to be on their A game, because Tye can definitely cut and go with the best of them. Then you look at the outside shooting, as far as when you look at Jared Bules and then Beau Hepler, two guys that came from the outside. You got other guys as far as looking at Ashton Oviedo. Once he gets himself rolling, he does a lot of good things with the basketball. Being a freshman on the starting five, this is a guy who really has to battle hard. He's going to have to battle, and they're going to kind of keep their composure and kind of do a real good job of kind of being set. Can't forget about guys like Quentin Amsden, another guy who can very defensively, quick feet, quick hands. He can do a lot of things, very special things on the offensive and defensive side of the basketball. He's a good facilitator of the basketball and does a good job with that. Of course, Beau Hepler, being a senior anchor for this team, does a good job in kind of getting the ball facilitated and getting things kind of moved around. So those guys, what they can do, there's a lot of things they do well, a lot of things they can really improve on tonight. Like I said, the small ball is going to have to be how we're going to have to go, but these guys really need to do a good job of really hanging on to that basketball and doing everything they can to slow down this Plymouth attack. A team scoring over 50 points in their first two contests. We may have scored over 60, but we're gonna have to remember in this one is we got to take those high quality shots. When we get a turnover, we force a turnover, get something down the other side. Don't panic, go down, just keep our composure and do a good job in trying to keep ourselves kind of dialed in and organized on that offensive side of the basketball and making most of every offensive possession we get here tonight. Free throw line is going to be another thing the guys are going to have to kind of work on. Of course, in that last game, kind of had a hard time getting things going. Of course, with Tye, like you said, missing a year of basketball, what he kind of did for him to get him kind of straightened up and what he can do, he's going to have to do a good job of playing in this one where if he gets that free throw line like he did a week ago, that'll be something that with his slashing abilities, just have to hit those free throws, because those is one of those things that kind of hurt us in the long run in that basketball game against Oregon Davis. Of course, Plymouth, like we said, a very long, lengthy team. We'll get updates from the IU game, I suppose, at some point.
No, because it doesn't start till 9:30 tonight. It doesn't start till
9:30.
It's a late night.
Boy, I might get to watch this one.
It is a very late night for that one.
Good night to stay up and watch that one. Now, Danny will be disappointed. She likes to sit up and watch those late games, but I don't think her mom's going to let her here tonight. So what kind of things do you think, Kenny, tonight the guys need to kind of be ready for against this team?
Their biggest thing is past history. For some reason, Plymouth always has their number. Just 10 miles down the road. But Plymouth is, I think I looked, they were 25-5.
20 and 5 in the last 30 years.
Over the last 25 years. And Plymouth has just always gotten that.
But when you kind of coming into a team like especially a 4A team in Plymouth, you gotta expect the athleticism and size to be there, because they have a deep pool they can pull from where we don't have as deep of a pool. But I think this guy's one thing that's something that I wouldn't underestimate, especially on our end, is we have a deep bench. I mean, we had guys, we talking to Jason, he can rotate guys in and out. He's got guys pushing for starting spots and pushing for different things as far as what they can do on the offensive side, the defensive side of the basketball. These guys just do a good job with kind of facilitating it, but you got guys come off the bench that can do things. With this small ball aspect tonight, I mean, like I said, the big thing they're going to have to do is really shut them down and close them the ball quickly and really play more of a team defense, which they did the right thing on one of the man-on-man defense, which they kind of switched back to this season. But they really just need to really close in and really kind of be communicating out there on the floor. You can't stand there with your hands down against this team. This is a team, you got to get those hands up. You got to be active you got to be up on your toes. You can't be back on your heels, especially against a team like this. But Triton can come out and surprise some people tonight. This is something they do well. The small ball really worked out well for them. If they can come out and shoot the ball well and start getting to the foul line, the small ball can really kind of get some of their bigger, more athletic guys for Plymouth on the bench, and with foul trouble, if Triton can attack again like they did a week ago. So we're inside a minute here remaining here at the Rock. We'll have the national anthem followed by the starting lineup. So we'll be right back on the Triton Trojans Sports Network.
Pilgrims. This is Pilgrim basketball. Tonight, the Pilgrims play host to the Triton Trojans. Restrooms in our award-winning concession stand are located in the west hallway downstairs and in the southwest corner upstairs. Before our lineups tonight, Plymouth senior Cassidy Holliday is going to read our championship character statement.
We at Plymouth High School want our student athletes to be champions of character. We believe all student athletes should have respect, responsibility, integrity, sportsmanship, and servant leadership. We expect our student athletes at Plymouth High School to always model each of these character traits in a positive way.
Here are the lineups for tonight's non-conference contest. First, for our visitors from Triton. Available for substitution, number 4, Chase Butler. Number 5, Tyson Yates. Number 22, Trenton Kreft. Number 24, Kaden Atkins. Number 32, Richman. And number 34, Keegan Westafer. Here's the starting lineup for your Trojans. At forward, number 10, Tye Orsund. At guard, number 12, Bules. At guard, number 14, Beau Hepler. At guard, number 20, Ashton Oviedo. And at guard, number 30, Quentin Amsden. Head coach of the Trojans, Jason Rose. As the pride of Plymouth fans perform our national anthem.
All right, and there you have it, folks. Here we go, starting lineup for Plymouth. We're going to have Clay Hilliard, Cole Filson, Jake Reichard, Thomas Dolan, and Brayson Lesenby. They're starting 5 anchoring down for them. Of course, we're going to have Tye Orsund, Jared Bules, Beau Hepler, Ashton Oviedo, and Quentin Amsden rounding out the 5 for us. So you look as far as their starting lineup, you got a guys at 6'1", 6'2", 6'1", 6'1", 6'2". So about the same kind of size there in between. So tallest guy on the floor for us right now is Tye Orsund at 6 foot. So if these guys can run, they're going to get out and scoot and really do a good job of really controlling the basketball, try to play mistake-free basketball, and they kind of get things kind of squared away here.
Scoreboard's not working.
Filson and Orsund will go up for the tip by Orsund. It's going to go way back, and Amsden's going to come away with it. Here we go underway at the Rock. Andy O'Hara alongside the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler and Kenny Barnhart as we're live here for the Triton Trojans Sports Network. Amsden crossed the timeline over to Beau Hepler. The senior's going to drive. Banks open for Beau. Beau Hepler with the first field goal of the night. 2-0 our Trojans lead over the Pilgrims. It's hard to read their numbers, I'll tell you. Reichard, up fake. Shot is up and back iron. Rebound. Oviedo's going to pop it back up. Drive shot by Jake Reichard. The sophomore's on the board first. And the full court press being put on. And Reichard steps in front of that one. He's going to drive to the basket and draw the foul. Hard to read their numbers, let me tell you. So I'll be on Jared. That's our team's first. And that's going to send Reichard to the line for 2. Reichard, of course, scoring the first bucket for the Pilgrims. His first shot is up, and it's in. Watching these guys shooting warm-ups. They don't miss very often. Got a lot of pure shooting strokes out there. Second shot by Reichard is up. It's in. He's 2 for 2 on the night. Full court press being put on by the Pilgrims. Hepler now with the basketball in the corner. Back to Bules. Pushes up to Amsden. Amsden thought about going to Orsund. Back to Bules. They got to get the ball working up here. Orson's got it. Ty's going to take it. He's going to keep it. Nope, drops it. Oviedo's going to take it up. He's going to try to go, and they're going to get a foul on the floor against Plymouth. And that's going to be on number 40, Brayson Lesenby. It's hard to read their numbers, let me tell you. I don't like the white and the red on the white on white. I don't like that. Orsund with the basketball. He's going to work. Drives, puts up a floater, not there. Tries to get his own rebound. Hepler comes away with it. Drops back. Amps with the ball. Back to Oviedo. Oviedo for 3. Puts it in. Ashton Oviedo with a 3-ball there.
Gets his first 3. See if he can do like he did against Oregon Davis.
There's 15 points as a freshman starting out. That ain't bad. Reichard with it's going to drive. Drops it on over here in the corner to Dolan. His 3's in and out. Rebound, Quentin Amsden. And he's going to draw the foul on Lesenby. That's going to be 2 personal fouls on him in a hurry. Got to judge faces for the names here. This is going to be kind of difficult.
Got a sub.
So Kendall Himes, the junior, he's their biggest guy, 6'4". Amsden's going to control around. He's going to get trapped. Reichard trying to force him here. Amsden gets himself freed up. He's going to take off and go. Drops it to Beau Hepler. Back to Jared Bules. Bules with the basketball. He's going to drop it on over to Oviedo. Oviedo's going to drive, stops at the elbow, backs out. Finds over to Bules in the corner. Hepler's going to cut, not there. Bules needs to get the ball moving. He puts it on the floor. Closely guarded. Drops into Beau Hepler. Alone for 3. Side iron, no good. Rebound goes to Reichard. Reichard's going to drive. We're going to get a foul.
I think we're going to get a blocking.
It's going to be a blocking foul on Quentin. Hilliard will inbound for the Pilgrims. Finds Filson. Back to Hilliard. He's going to try a 3 with the hand in the face by good defense by Amsden. Ball hits the top of the backboard. No good. Plymouth trailing by 1 after the 3 from Oviedo. He'll receive the inbound. Working closely against this trap, kind of full court trap being put on by Plymouth. Hepler working back to Bules.
Better get it going.
Got to get it pushed. Got to get it pushed in here. Drops it down to Hepler. just got off in time. Bules is going to drive to the basket. No look pass. Amsden alone for three in the corner. No good. Rebound goes to Filson. Filson on up here. Riker with the up fakes and a drive. Almost loses his footing. Looking for somebody. Finds Filson up top of the key. Dropping over here to Hilliard. Hilliard's going to drive. Stop. He's trying to work down the post against Bules. Drops it back over to Riker. Back to Hilliard. He's on the near side. He's going to work across, and Bules is going to get a reach.
That's his second.
Can't have that, guys, but like we said, one positive thing for Jason Groves this season is that bench is very deep. And Lucas Richman will check in. Now send Jared Bules down. So Richmond a week ago, or well, I guess not quite a week ago, had 7 points in that win against Oregon Davis. He does a real good job patrolling the paint. See if he can cut them off here. Triton looks like they're going to fall back a little more of a zone defense. Orsund out, Gardner, Hilliard. Filson's going to get, he's going to try to go in, try to lose the ball going up against. Beau Hepler now is going to go on the fast break. Hepler's going to slip as he tries to go up. That hurt me just watching. They're going to call a foul. That was on Reichert, his first personal. Amsden will inbound. Like I said, Q can do a lot of things very special as far as the offensive side. Very good pass in the basketball. Except for I just jinxed him.
Yep. Oh, they must have tipped it.
Someone got a hand on it, so Oviedo saves it. Hepler now going to work on over here to Amsden. Quentin with the basketball, closely guarded by Filson. Tries to work himself around, trying to find some help. Finds Oviedo. He's going to fire from the left wing for three. Not there. Rebound goes to Filson. On over to Hilliard. So that's Dolan. Hilliard with the three, rattles out. Amsden comes away with the rebound. Pushing it here. It's going to be an all-out sprint fest here tonight if the guys can just keep running them. Richman with the basketball. Closely guarded. He's going to work back the foul line. Drops in. Beau Hepler's alone in the by the good cut. Good cut by Beau Hepler.
He gets him up 4 points now for the evening.
Triton leads here by 3. This is what they need to do is get out and get going early and really make these guys sweat and make them work for it. Hilliard with the basketball. Drops down. Himes with it. Back to Hilliard. Hilliard loses it for a second. He's going to go up strong against Tye Orsund. Orsund with a good defensive stand there. Here we go. Triton's pushing the basketball. Hilliard coming in quick on Orsund. On over to Quentin Amsden. Amsden down to Lucas Richman. The lefty's got a chance here against Himes. Cross court. Hepler alone for three. In and out. Rebound goes to Amsden. Tye Orsund came in and tipped away from Himes. Hepler for another chance. Puts it in.
That gets him up to 7 points now for this evening.
Beau Hepler on fire here tonight with 7 points. 10-4 is our score. Hilliard on over to Dolan. Back over to Reichert. He's going to try a three contested. In and out. Rebound goes to Filson. Filson tries to get to Himes. They're going to call a foul. Foul's on Lucas Richman.
Check, make sure.
Kaden Atkins is going to check in following this one. So checking in for Plymouth, we're going to have Barron and Adam Hunter, and that'll send Hilliard and Dolan to the bench. So Hunter and Barron will check in, 34. Drops into Filson, tries to drop it into Himes. Himes is going to go up strong, and he's going to get the N1 opportunity. Foul's going to be on Beau Hepler, his first personal. As Himes goes to the line for his N1 opportunity. Himes sets. Shots up, looks to be short. We'll get another foul on Triton.
Might be on Richman.
And
nope.
So Oviedo draws his first personal.
Now we're going to watch it. We're getting 6 fouls here. Still first quarter.
Quick shot by Filson's in. Hepler, Atkins, Orsund, Oviedo, and Richman on the floor for the Trojans. Drive by Orsund. And one opportunity. Tye Orsund.
That gets his first 2 points of the game.
Foul's going to be on number 24, Jake Reichert. Reichert, Himes, Filson, Barron, and Hunter all on the floor for the Pilgrims. Tye Orsund had a rough time at the foul line. I bet he worked on that here. Shots up, rattles out. Empty trips, back-to-back trips for both teams. Barron back on top to Filson, back on over to Reichert. Nope. Shot by Hunter, back iron, too strong. Rebound's going to be to Barron, and he's going to try to, Orsund's going to try to save it. Tye Orsund had a lot of minutes in that last game. You can tell head coach Jason Groves really likes having him back in the lineup. Himes on over to Hunter. Hunter's going to drive the baseline. Reverse layup is in. Good move by Adam Hunter. Hepler receives the inbound. He's going to get everything all set up. Triton just needs to keep the gas pedal down and keep just attacking them.
Yep.
And Hunter's going to come out. 5 team fouls for them.
That's not doing good having this many fouls just in the first quarter.
We got a timeout. So Plymouth will take a timeout, 30-second timeout. So the guys look really good as far as coming out with all the intensity, as far as kind of pushing the basketball and doing a good job playing defense. I mean, we got 6 fouls. The guys are being aggressive. I like the aggressiveness. However, they've got to kind of control that because Plymouth is a pretty good free throw shooting team.
They're very good at free throws, but they're Plymouth's defense staying there with them, holding them back a little bit. Not like Oregon Davis, so a little different pace for them.
Yep. So Triton can slow down just a little bit when they get that offensive side. Plymouth isn't doing a real good job picking up the screens against what Triton's trying to do. I mean, now they're down by 2 on the scoreboard, but early on, Triton had their number. On the floor for Plymouth, we're going to have Hunter. Reichert will be out there with Barron, Himes, and Filson on the floor for them. Atkins, Amsden, Lucas, Richman, Oviedo, and Beau Hepler all on the floor for our Trojans. Amsden will inbound. 2:27 remaining here in the first quarter. Tries to drop it in, finds Lucas Richman. Hands off to Quentin. He's closely guarded by Barron. Amsden's going to try to work left, finds Beau Hepler. Hepler back to Oviedo. He's going to try a 3 from the middle. Oh, front iron. It's going to stay out. It's going to go out on Filson. Triton will hang on to it. Jason Groves calling out the play. Amsden inbound, drops into Kaden Atkins. Hand off to Quentin Amsden. Back to Hepler. Back to Quentin. He's working here in the right wing. He's going to drive to the basket. Quentin drops it back for Beau Hepler. Alone for 3. Side iron too short. Kind of over-anticipated the guy. Didn't get it up as strong as he could have. Reichert's going to drive. Spin move. Drops it. Hunter. Back to Barron. Barron's going to drive. Popping over to Filson. Back on top to Reichert. Reichert with the stutter steps. Going to try to drive the basket. Drops it for... Whoa. Kendall Himes got blocked by Lucas Richman. One thing Lucas does very well, like I said, he patrols that paint no better than most people would give him. He uses off that length, and I mean 6'3", he does a real good job with that wingspan of his to kind of really anticipate the play. Drop back to Reichert. Quentin Amsden all over him. He stuck to him like bubblegum. On over down to Hunter, back on over, up top to Barron, back to Hunter, Filson. Hunter's going to drive, loses it, drops it to Barron. Barron with the up fake, drops it to Reichert. Reichert with the fake. Mid-range jumper for him, in and out. Rebound goes to Oviedo. Filson's going to try to take it away, and Atkins hangs on to it. Beau Hepler's calling out the play, going to leave it for Amsden to set it up. Beau Hepler really liking playing on that 2-guard spot. Very productive already tonight, 7 points for him. Richman leaves it for Beau. Man-to-man defense being played by the Pilgrims. Back to Richman. Over to Kaden. Trying to find someone to cut to the basket. Drops on over to Amsden.
Looks like we're just going to hold it out. We got about 47 seconds left.
Beau Hepler cuts the basket. Goes up strong. Oh, got lucky getting away with that foul. Reichert's going to drive. Leaves it over to Filson in the corner. He's going to try to drive himself. Reichert with it. Alone for 3 is Barron. He's going to try it. Found it. They now take their first lead of the game. Triton now inside 25 seconds. May hold here for the final shot as they trail by 1. Given the score, a very good quarter for these guys to kind of start things out. Need to keep that gas pedal down. Like I said, positive thing is you got a lot of speed on that bench and a lot of guys that are fresh coming off that bench. 10 seconds now. Oviedo gets a screen from both Richman and Hepler. Oviedo almost slips and falls. Hepler picks it up. 2 seconds now. Got to put a shot up here. Goes up strong, and he draws the foul. They're going to call it travel. Carmichael and Hilliard will check in. As they'll probably just hand it off to somebody and just let it drain out.
Yep.
Okay, so that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Triton trails by 1, but let me tell you this. It was a hard-fought 13 points for Plymouth.
Yeah, they were staying on top of each other. Biggest thing is keeping it close. Unlike that first game with JV, they got down and it just too hard to get back going. But they're staying with them.
And that's the biggest thing. As far as the defensive side, just keep forcing those guys out. I mean, they're trying to force them to really kind of play. It seems to me Plymouth seems a little bit frazzled down there as they try to attack the basket. Triton's just closing on them so quick they don't know what to do. They're not expecting them to close on that quickly. And they're kind of starting to fumble the basketball where Triton's taking it away quite a bit. But we go down to the other side, we got to keep our head just a little bit too. I mean, we got good guys like Beau Hepler cutting to the basket. Guys are constantly moving and circling around the basketball. They're not letting someone hang on to it too long and kind of just leave them hanging out to dry. They're really attacking the basketball and doing a good job on the offensive side. Just got to keep it up here and just keep attacking.
Top scorers for that first quarter, we'll just go with Beau Hepler with the 7, and for Plymouth, Jake Reichert has 4.
So Beau Hepler a week ago had 8 points in that win against Oregon Davis. He's almost matched that spot here now. So on the floor for us, we'll have Tye Orsund, Lucas Richman, Ashton Oviedo, Quentin Amsden, and Beau Hepler rounding out the 5 for us. Kendall Himes, Hilliard, Barron, I believe that's Hunter on the far side, and number 14, Carmichael, rounding out the 5 for the Pilgrims as they'll start it off here for the second quarter. Andy O'Hara alongside Orion Lemler and Kenny Barnhart here for the Triton Trojans Sports Network.
I'm alive.
He's done. He's got a workout tonight. Hilliard top the key, drops over to Hunter. He's going to drive, drops on over. Carmichael up fake, loses the basketball. Beau Hepler takes it away. Lucas Richmond helps him out. Good defensive stand there by Triton. Need a basket here to kind of make a statement opening this second quarter. Amsden with the basketball, closely guarded by Barron. The man-to-man defense being played by the Pilgrims. Hepler with the basketball. Drops on over to Orsund. Tye's going to work left, leaves it back for Amsden. Quentin's going to drive. Stop. Picks up his dribble, trying to look for Orsund there and cutting. Need to drop it down to Lucas Richmond. The lefty's got it. He's going to drop it back to Hepler and Amsden. They're going to reset. Orsund now. Going to stop. Quentin Amsden will try a 3. Whoa! I thought that was going to go in. Rebound, Hilliard. He'll drive. Amsden, I would have been a charge there, but no call. Himes down the corner, back to Hunter. Hunter's going to try to dribble. Back to Hilliard. There we go. They didn't see the first one. They got the second one. Hilliard's dropping that right shoulder as he tries to drop against and try to really get rid of Quentin Amsden. That's things that Quentin does very well. You don't see a lot of those things translate to the scores as far as the stat column, but he gets out there. The steals, he really puts a lot of pressure on guys, and he jumps right in there, and he can really draw the foul just like you just saw him do there. You saw that a season ago from him. Quick feet, quick hands, very high IQ basketball player, only a junior. He's just going to keep learning and getting better. Orsund looking for somebody to give it to, finds Amsden. Drops it down to Lucas Richmond. Cross court, Hepler for a deep 3. Oh, man. Lucas Richmond with the rebound. Good move there. Amsden's going to drive. Leaves it for Orsund. Tye's going to drive. Drops it down to Beau Hepler. Oh, right idea.
Yep.
Beau just kind of overran the route.
I think Beau was just a little surprised that he got open down in there and as he was passing through but just got it passed behind him.
Can't keep doing that all night because Triton's going to figure it out. And Tye Orsund with the he's got a lot of awareness. Playing wide receiver is one thing that makes you aware where you're at on the football field, where everybody's kind of at. And he kind of does a good job with that. Reichert with it. He's going to drive on over to Barron. No-look pass on over here to Carmichael. Tipped away by Orsund. Barron, no-look pass to Hilliard. Dropped in the corner. Reichert's going to try it. Gets it. Contested 3 for him.
Gets him up to 7 points.
7 points for Reichert. But still, now right there, that was a pretty good shot. I mean, but Quentin had real good defense kind of closing in on him. Hepler with the basketball, leaves it for Orsund. He's top the cleat, closely guarded by Hilliard. On over to Oviedo. Ashton's going to drive. He's going to try to work against Carmichael. Finds Orsund. Orsund's going to try to go in. Good switch there by Plymouth. Drops down to Lucas Richman. Lucas has got to do something down the paint. They're going to lose some time. Lucas is going to try to get out, but he's going to step on the line. Checking in, back in for Plymouth, we'll have Tim Tremaine, the senior 6'1" guard. Went down. I think that was Carmichael that took a seat. Hilliard with it. Back on over to Reichert. Reichert's working against Oviedo. Reichert spin move. Good look there for him. Banks open. Jason will take a 30-second timeout. So coming out of the break there, 5-point swing for Plymouth early on here in the second quarter. As far as the guys going down, I mean, they're getting the right kind of looks. The guys are moving around the basketball, just not getting a couple of shots that didn't drop for them. They had some good looks. Beau just wasn't expecting to get open. He'd have had that. It would have been an easy 2 points for him.
Yeah, they're doing a little more passing around the perimeter, just not getting those baskets right inside the lane to get freed up to make a shot.
So as we break the timeout here, 5:11 remaining here in the second quarter here at the Rock. Hilliard, Filson, Reichert, Barron, and Tremaine all on the floor for the Pilgrims. Oviedo, Hepler, Amsden, who's inbounding, Tye Orsund, Lucas Richman round out the 5 for our Trojans. Amsden will work the inbound. Pressure being put on by the Pilgrims. Hepler trying to direct traffic, trying to work himself out of it. One thing, Triton may be small, but these guys are like bulldogs. They do a good job. Oh, and then tossed away. Hilliard's got a clear lane to the basket. Oviedo's going to block him, and they're going to get a foul. Oh.
Did he get a...
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's some disagreement there.
Yeah.
One player, the guy in the official in front of the play did not call a foul, but official back on the half-court line called a foul. Not sure I agree with that one. Oh, they're calling him Beau?
Yep. 7th, so now we have them in the bonus.
I didn't think Hepler was in the vicinity. Shot by Hilliard's in. I was going to say they just changed it, but it is on Oviedo.
Okay.
Missed the second one?
Yes, missed the second.
All right, Amsden with the basketball. Amsden will work against Barron, and Barron's going to get the reach. Joe Barron draws his first. Both teams are in the 1-and-1 bonus. Amsden will go to the line here. Need to make the most of these opportunities. The charity stripe here. Shot by Q is in. Pulls him within 7. Drops the other one in. Perfect trip for Q on that one. That's Barron with the basketball. Trying to drop to Hilliard, but Quentin Amsden ain't going to give him an inch. Hilliard drops on over to Reichert. Drops it on over to Filson. Back to Hilliard with the 3 in the corner. Not good. Kind of forced that one. Rebound. Someone's got to come away with it. They're fighting for it. Filson gets it away. Barron thought about the 3. Hilliard with a deep 3-point shot. No good. Rebound to Orsund. Ty's going to get triple teamed in the corner. He's going to try to get away. He does. Doubles himself out of trouble. Hepler will get it. Now trying to restart here, trailing by 5, 4:10 remaining in the opening half. Oviedo's going to drive. Tries to go up strong, and they're going to get a charge. Don't think they like that he leaned into it. That's his 3rd personal.
Yep. Just want to make sure because we had that from there a little bit before. They called it on him instead of Beau.
I was wondering because Beau wasn't even in the vicinity. So Barron with the basketball. We'll work right, hands off to Hilliard. He'll work around the left side. Tries to drop it over here. Reichert back on over to Tremaine. Tremaine leaves up for Hilliard. Up fake, almost loses Amsden. Drops it down low to Filson. He'll go up strong.
Gets his 4 points.
Triton trails here by 7, 3.5 remaining in the second quarter. Amsden with the basketball. Hepler's trying to cut himself and get himself freed up. He'll get the screen from Lucas. Back to Kaden Atkins. Finds Orsund. Tyson a drive left, stops, goes up strong. Tries to draw the foul, doesn't get it. Rebound's going to go to Reichert. Reichert's going to drive. On over here quickly to Tremaine. Tipped away by Triton, and Hepler comes away with it. Amsden with the basketball. Triton's fighting here. I like the intensity by these guys. Tries to get to Atkins, but Filson steps in front of it. Reichert's going to have a free trip to the basket. Hepler's going to run him down. Not there. Threw him off. Put back by Filson's end. Amsden's going to slow it down. They trail by 9. Triton needs a basket here to kind of get some of that momentum back. Of course, some foul trouble keeping some of the Trojans out of the. Atkins alone in the corner. Side iron. Rebound goes to Filson. 2:30 now. Drops over to Hilliard. Up fake, trying to work against Amsden. They're going to call a blocking foul. Boy, I don't like the calls we're getting here. That was. If you want to watch textbook, do what Quentin just did right there, and that's how you draw a charge. Just saying. So checking back in will be Dolan. That'll send Tremaine to the bench. Shooting 1-and-1 bonus will be Hilliard. His shot is up. It's in. Hunter will check back in. That'll send Barron to the bench. Hilliard's second shot is up. It's in. Two for two for him there on that trip. Hepler drops over to Lucas Richman. 2:20 now. Triton trails by 11. Finds Amsden. He's going to work. Hands off to Orsund. Here on the right side, he's going to work. Orsund back to the middle. Finds Beau Hepler. Hepler tries to go over to Amsden, but Hunter anticipated the pass and sends it out of bounds. Am I off on mine?
Yeah, but I'm.
Ty's only got 2. Lucas Richman receives the ball down the low block. Tries to send it back, tipped away, but he regains it. Drops to Beau Hepler. Beau's going to try to speed. That's a pretty move. Richman tries to cut around the rebound, but it'll go off his foot. Hepler tries a pretty little spin move down there. Right idea to get himself freed up. Triton's trying everything they can do to kind of free themselves up here. Keegan Westafer will be checking in. Keegan had a good 13-point game in that JV game. Hunter leaves up for Hilliard. On over here to Dolan. Back down over here to Reichert. Reichert's going to drive. Stop quickly. Hilliard's going to try a 3. In and out. Rebound Dolan. Hilliard for another 3. In and out. Rebound Hunter. Reichert's going to try a 3. Third time's a charm for Reichert.
That gets him, Reichert, up to 12 points now.
So Reichert leading all scores with 12 points. Jason Groves calling out the offensive play. Triton trails by 14 inside now, the final minute of the second quarter. Amsden finds Orsund. He's going to drive. Beautiful move by Tye Orsund. They'll call a blocking foul there. Well, at least they're calling it fair on both sides. So 2 shots for Tye Orsund. Need to drop them both here. First one's in. Keegan Westafer checks in for Lucas Richman. Keegan's another kind of a player you can kind of watch. Even though he's listed as a forward. 6'1", Keegan can do a lot of things really well. He plays bigger than what he really is. Orsund's second shot, found it. 2 for 2 on that trip. Triton now trails by 12. What kind of things would you be telling your guys out here, Kenny, as far as what to do in this final minute?
Right now, just stay with them. Just get a stop here. That'll make a little bit of difference going back in there. You know, get down and maybe get a 10-point deficit going into that half.
Especially against a 4A team like that. Amsden with great defense on Hilliard. He can't buy an inch. Hunter with the basketball, close guarded by Kaden Atkins. Amsden back on top. Hilliard can't go anywhere without checking with him first. Barron checked back in for Plymouth. Quentin Amsden's like a, yep, there you go, right call. He's lowering that forearm, he's dropping that forearm and dropping himself up. He sits there when every time you throw that forearm like that, when you try to shove off and push yourself off, they're going to call that each time.
And then if he can sell it just like he did, that sure helps.
I'll tell you what, Quentin does a real good job, and as far as kind of things going against players, he just does a good job kind of getting himself in the right position to make the right play. Tye Orsund, Ashton Oviedo is on the floor. Amsden, Hepler, and Richman round the 5 for Triton. Filson, Reichard, Hunter, Barron, and Carmichael all on the floor for the Pilgrims. 17 seconds, Triton working here. Ride that momentum, boys. Lucas Richman with the basketballs, work back the middle. Hands off to Oviedo. Oviedo drops to Beau Hepler. Beau Hepler for 3. Oh, that looked good. 2 seconds now. Riker with the desperation heave. It's an air ball. And that's going to bring us to halftime. Triton trails 28-16. Kenny, what's our first half stats?
All right, let's start out with Plymouth. We have Reichert with having 12 points. Filson has 6. Hilliard and Barron both have 3. And Himes and Hunter both have 2. Nobody, Hilliard, Reichert, and Lesenby. They all have two fouls. And Hunter, Barron, they each have 1. For the Triton, leading for us is Beau Hepler with 7, Tye Orsund with 4, Oviedo with 3, and Amsden with 2. And Oviedo's the only one really in foul trouble having those 3 fouls. Amsden has 2. Beau and Richmond both each have 1 foul.
And Bules did Bules have any in that one, I think?
Bules, yes, he did
Jared
have 2.
had 2.
Did have 2 fouls.
So before they go to bed, I need to give them a shout out. Caden and Danny, I know they're home watching, but they're going to be going to bed here soon, so I try to give them a shout out here. But we'll take a quick break and be right back as halftime will kind of take things off there. We'll sign off, be right back here on the Triton Trojans Sports Network.
varsity winter season is already underway. Information about auditions for the fall group will be advertised in May and will be open to students going in grades 8 through 12. Anyone who is interested in this very content, Miss Green or Miss Wallace, thank you very much. Basketball fans, it is pop shot time. Get your dollar bills out. Come on down. Cheerleaders going to wear the apron. We'll take your dollars. Head to one of the baskets and get ready to shoot. You put the ball in the hole. You get your choice of a 2-liter Coca-Cola product in the basket.
All right, welcome back, Triton Trojans fans. About a minute and a half here before we get the second half underway. I want to thank Plymouth High School for their hospitality here tonight, helping us out with the Wi-Fi password and getting us all kind of set up and getting our names kind of spread on the table. And since they were brushing their teeth, I'll give them another shout out for Caden and Danny. Hey, I'm happy they're brushing their teeth. Sometimes it's a little bit of a battle, but they're brushing their teeth. I mean, 8:39, I'm pretty impressed. So give those guys a shout out. We'll see you guys in the morning. So, Kenny, what was some of our second half stats we got from Wes and Adam?
Free throws for Triton, we were 4 for 5. They were 5 for 7. The biggest thing, and that made that 15-2 run during that second quarter, turnovers. We had 7. They had 5. But these rebounds, I guess that's what I was really looking for, is the 20-11 on these rebounds.
And we saw a little combo thing there where they kept shooting threes and kept rebounding. Got 3 open looks at 3, and they just kept rebounding and putting it back. So got to be a little bit quicker on the chance for those second chance points to take away those defensive rebounds. It'd be good to have Jared Bules. He was out with 3 fouls in that one. But Beau Hepler had 3 steals in that opening half. He can kind of keep those active hands going. But Quentin Amsden, so like I said, something you won't see in the stat line. He drew, 3 charges in that first?
Yep, sold a couple of them.
Yep, and did a good job because especially with Hilliard leading with that forearm, Amsden with enough awareness and the intelligence to really just kind of fall with it and did a good job with it. So if you're Jason Groves here, what do you say? Do you come out? Do you say, okay, just keep firing all cylinders? I mean, you just got to kind of be smart with the basketball, take care of the basketball, get good shots, and keep pressuring on the defensive end, and just keep attacking the basketball. Kind of go down, just make the most of your offense.
To open up the second half, there will be Triton ball on the alternating possession. Program foul number 40, Grace's Recipe, his third, team's first. Program foul number 20, Cole Filson, his first, team second. 40, Grayson Lesley, his fourth, team third.
Blocked and sent him back down. Plymouth put on that full court press. Drops over to Hepler. Beau's going to work, and Bules is now going to sprint past the half-court line. Bules is going to keep that head of steam going. Finds Orsund. Orsund's going to drive, goes up strong, banks closed. Rebound Himes, but Orsund fights it back. Drops to Bules. Back to Hepler. Hepler for three. Back iron. Bules with the rebound. That's the thing they needed to work on, is go after those loose balls like they did. With the rebounds, pulling them down. Hepler thought about it. Back to Orsund. Oviedo circles back around to the top. Closely guarded by Filson. Filson being real aggressive against him. Filson finds Hepler. Hepler back to Amsden. Amsden directing traffic, closely guarded by Barron. Amsden's going to try that step. Goes up strong. We're going to get a push on Barron.
Yeah, his second.
So Plymouth with four quick fouls. Two of those belonging to Lesenby. Orsund receives the inbound. Spin move against Himes. Tries to get himself freed up. Finds Oviedo. Back to Amsden. Oviedo with the basketball.
Get another reach.
Whoa, Filson's jawing at Oviedo. Oviedo's getting the jaw from Filson, the senior. Trying to get in the head of the freshman. Filson still jawing with him. Oviedo with a smile on his face. Yep. That's the exact way to do it. Get him more mad. Draw another foul. Orsund receives the inbound. Back to Oviedo. Filson working against him. Filson trying to hang on to the freshman. Bules drives. He's going to get pushed by Reichert, and now they're going to be one away from the bonus.
Gets him up to Reichert for 3 fouls now.
I'll tell you what, Filson kind of getting mouthy with Oviedo. That right there shows Plymouth's scared. They're going to sit there and kind of get mouthy like that. They're scared. Amsden will inbound. Looking to try to drop it into somebody. Has Bules up on top. He'll receive the inbound. Bules now go to work. Hands off to Amsden. Amsden with the basketball. Hepler's going to circle around. Tries to find himself freed up. Oviedo for three in the middle. Oh, in and out. Filson got lucky there. Reichert with the basketball. Drops on over. Taken away by Tye Orsund. Orsund trying to get himself freed up against Reichert. Oh, come on.
No, he got bumped twice. I don't know how you could get a travel when you're dribbling the ball.
Yeah, Reichert sent him airborne. Made him pick the ball up there. That was a bad call. So Jason Groves will take a 30-second timeout, or excuse me, Plymouth will. But the guys definitely have some momentum on their side. When you get in the head of other team like that,
gets him up to 14 points.
So Reichard leading all scorers with 14. Bules with a good move there, drops it and looked like went off of Hines. Went off Hines' foot, but they say that it was out on Bules. Just need to settle down. Just keep playing our brand of basketball. It's the right thing to do. Let them jaw. Barron will bring it up. Triton's going to put on a little bit more of a zone defense. Orsund's going to kind of patrol the middle, trying to take that away from him. Reichard finds Filson, back on top to Hilliard, and Amsden closed on him real quick. Reichard back to Hilliard, deep three for him. No good. Rebound, Jared Bules. I really like their aggressiveness going after cleaning up the glass. Amsden with the basketball. Amsden will drive. Hop step, turnaround jumper. You're going to get a push on Barron. That'll give them 17 fouls there. He should be at the 1-and-1. Okay. I was getting worried.
For 2.
1 for 2 on that trip. 34-20 is our score. Hunter with the basketball for Plymouth. He'll stop, drops on over Dolan with it. He's going to kind of circle the perimeter. Back on top to Reichard. Amsden closed on quickly. Reichard's going to drive the head of steam, goes up strong and finds it. Not finding an answer for Reichard. Now they're up by 16. Bules back to Amsden. Finds Orsund alone over here in the corner. Orsund will drive, back on over to Hepler. Hepler's going to try to find some space there. Works it hard against Dolan. A good move by Beau Hepler. Oh, just going to get the friendly roll. Reichard with it, will work. Drops over to Hunter. He'll step and goes left. Back to Hilliard, who loses it. They're going to get a foul on Bules. Hilliard fell down under his own power, looked like, from this angle.
And even kind of pushed.
So right there's a big lift for us. We only have 2 team fouls. We can control ourselves on the fouls and keep attacking the basket. That's going to help us out going the rest of the way. Hilliard drops, receives the inbound. Call and play. He'll hand off to Reichard. Reichard will work. Gets a screen. He'll drive and go that right side. And no good. Gets his own rebound. They're going to get a foul on Hepler.
Yep. That gets his second foul. Which Bules and Oviedo and Amsden all have 3. So those guys got to watch a little bit.
Shot by Filson, no good. Rebound to Orsund. Yeah, they got to watch that, but still, for Triton, they got some deep players on the bench. If they can kind of just get some answers on the offensive side here,
get into that fourth quarter where the fouls won't be as big of a critical.
Oviedo drives the basket, goes up strong to left hand, and Reichard blocks it. Carmichael and Tremaine will check in. Amsden will check in. Will inbound the ball. Finds Oviedo over here on the left wing. Tries to dribble out of trouble. Finds Hepler for 3. In and out. And it's going to go out. Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, man, there's some home cooking there. That clearly went out on Hunter. That's what you call some home cooking, boys. They say it went out on Triton, but it clearly went out on Hunter.
I don't think I had the camera on it.
It's okay. I saw it. That's all that matters. One of us saw it, and everybody from Triton saw it. So, shot by Carmichael. Too strong. Rebound goes to Reichard and sends Amsden to the floor. Reichard still at the basketball, and Hepler goes in. That didn't look good.
Yep, it gets Hepler's third. He's holding his right shoulder.
Yeah, that's not good. He looks like he may have jammed his shoulder on that one. That's not good. That'll take a shot away from Triton. Reichert's first shot is in. Reichert 3 for 3. Atkins will go. Beau Hepler will go to the line. Now give a look here. Eric Callahan will take a look at him. That right shoulder, that's not a good thing to have. Shot by Reichert. It's in. 4 for 4 for him, and we'll get a timeout. So Plymouth will take their third timeout, leading here by 18 as we get inside the final minute of the third quarter. For Triton here, they think things aren't really going our way. The fouls are as far as drawing the fouls from them, but Triton just can't seem to buy a basket here. But Beau Hepler can't come back into the game. That's going to take a big-time shot away from Triton. So if you lose Hepler, who do you look for to start scoring the basketball as far as shooting from the outside and kind of doing the things he does? I mean, Bules was going to have to really step up.
Yeah, because Bules hasn't had any points yet this evening. Oviedo, he was top scorer last game, and now he just with 3. So
some of that experience is kind of starting to hurt him a little. I mean, I don't think it's hurting him much, but the defense by Plymouth is definitely kind of throwing their size and their weight around against him being a bigger group of kids. Starting to flex their muscle a little bit and kind of throwing it there. Got the ice bag. As Callahan will walk over here with that. We'll get Hepler. We'll get some attention here. Hope he's okay. I don't care on either side. You never want to see players get hurt. So Kaden Atkins, Lucas Richman, Ashton Oviedo, Tye Orsund, and Jared Bules all on the floor for Triton. Reichert, Dolan, Hunter, Tremaine.
Ball games.
12 points being put on there by Plymouth. Triton just kind of like the JV game. I mean, they just can't buy a bucket. I mean, the guys, as far as the intensity level between the two teams, I think the Varsity played a little more intensity. But kind of going forward, the guys really need to start getting the baskets to drop and start just attacking the basket because they got those 17 fouls. Those guys Tye just starts driving the basket and keeps going. I mean, can't be afraid. Just drive and see if you can draw contact. That's right now would be a big thing to start getting some of their key players in more foul trouble and get rid of them. Filson, Barron, Lesenby, and Hilliard all going to check back in for Plymouth. It's like Carmichael or Dolan's going to stay out. I think it's Dolan. Oh, the band's now starting to play again. Amsden, Atkins, Orsund, Richman, and Oviedo all on the floor for Triton. Stay tuned post-game as Ashton Oviedo will be our player interview tonight. We can get him up here. I told all the coaches. Told my sources down there. So Dolan will inbound down over to Barron. They're going to get to work here.
Foul number 10, Tye Orsund, his first, team 6. For number 12, Blake Schori.
Ashton, 42-23 is our score.
That gets him up to 6 points for the evening.
Are those all coming from the three-point line?
I think so.
Okay. I'd like to see him keep that production going. Filson will drive the heart of the basket, and he'll draw a foul against Tye Orsund. And now Triton will be in, or then Plymouth will be in the bonus. Oh, it's on Richmond.
His second, team 7. Cole Wilson to the line for 2.
So Filson will try here, the 6'2 senior. His shot is up, it's in. Tyson Yates and Jared Bules checking in for Triton. Tye Orsund and Quentin Amsden will take a seat. Second shot by Filson's in. 1 for 1 for him. Tyson Yates with the basketball. Yates will have to do a good job with his ball handling skills here. Quick player. Go off of Hilliard. So Atkins, Richmond, Oviedo, Yates, and Bules on the floor for Triton. Lineup's unchanged. Dangerous pass by Bules, and that's going to give Dolan a chance. Barron with the basketball, and they're going to get a foul on Triton. So that'll send Barron to the line for the 1-on-1 chance.
Gets Richmond his third.
So Lucas with 3 fouls, 18 fouls for Triton. 44-23 is our score. Shot by Barron is side iron, no good.
See, there's another rebound.
Uh-oh. Get poked in the eye?
Well, they did call it travel, but
Filson not getting much minutes tonight with 4 fouls. Turns it over there, and Tyson Yates will get a chance now. Yates with the basketball, close guarded by Barron. Atkins back on top to Richmond. On over to Oviedo. Leaves it for Yates. Yates will work here. Tries to get a cutting. Oviedo is trying to cut to the basket. No go out on Plymouth. And Himes will check in for Lesenby. I was worried about pronouncing his name tonight, but I haven't had to worry about it a whole lot other than foul trouble.
Yeah, we've been in a few minutes to.
Bules got tripped up by Himes on the way out, but Oviedo's going to try to save it, but it'll go out and Plymouth will take it over. So Barron will play guard now, and he'll bring up pass for the Pilgrims. They lead 44-23 here at the Rock. Ian Duhara alongside the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler and Kenny Barnhart for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. Guys, Bules almost comes away with it. Hilliard will drive cross court. Barron thought about the three, picks it up and throws it away. Good pressure by Triton to force that one out. It's a good early season test for trying to kind of gauge how they need to kind of work this small ball. Good learning experience for these guys.
Get these couple big games, first of the season, get them out of the way, get you fine-tuned for the getting into the conference.
Exactly, and especially if Beau Hepler's hurt, these younger players are going to kind of have to find their gear to work against us. Lucas Richman goes up strong at the left hand. He'll draw the foul on Himes. That'll send him to the line for two. So both teams with 18 fouls, both in the 1-on-1 bonus, and Lucas Richman to the line for the 1-on-1 chance. Got to make the most of these opportunities. Shot by Lucas is up. It's not there. Richmond will set for another one. His shot's up, off front iron. Atkins tried to tip it away, but no one was there. No one was home to corral that one in. Empty trip there.
Still, for Triton, shooting 5 for 9 from the free throw, but Plymouth doing 9 for 12.
So, Plymouth, getting there, but they've been make the most of their free throw opportunities. Very good free throw shooting team. Hilliard alone from the top for three. Found it. He's not a guy you can lose track of. He gets his first three ball tonight.
And it gets him up to 8 points.
So Tyson Yates with it here. Back on over to Oviedo. National trying to drive around, goes up strong, and Barron will slap it away. Barron read that one quickly.
First foul number 5, Tyson Yates, his first, team second. Thomas Dolan to the line for two. Foul number 20, Corey Wilson, his third, team tonight. Keegan Westafer to the line for the 1-1. Breaking foul number 12, Jared Bules, his fifth. Wilson to the line for one. 10, Adam Hunter, his second, team's 10. Trenton Kreft to the line for 2, the double bonus.
Both teams now having 10 fouls, so we'll be shooting 2 every time.
Carmichael will check in for Hilliard. Tremaine will check in. 4:04 remaining here at the Rock. Remember, stay tuned with us live. Ashton Oviedo will be our post-game scorer. In and out, rebound. Richman tries to get it. And it goes off of the hand. Can't tell who that was. It looks like it was Reichard. Went off on him. Tyson Yates will inbound. Richman will get freed up for a moment. Carmichael close quickly. Richman, the lefty, will put it on over to Yates. Yates will go to work. Finds Trenton Kreft. Back to Westafer. Keegan will have to work. Hands off to Trenton Kreft. Back to Yates. Kind of throws away, but Kreft hangs on to it. 3:42 now. Back to Orsund. Orsund wanted to go with the summer, but loses the basketball for a moment. Picks up his dribble. Finds Westafer. Westafer gets the screen from Lucas Richman. Westafer wanted to go to Lucas and does. Richman puts the ball on the ground and tries to tip it up. Himes comes away with it. Himes is a big dude. Tyson, I don't want to get too much in front of him. But Yates throws him off and takes it away.
Hey, thank you. Yates acted like he was going to get set up for a block,
Yeah.
but just backed away from
Just
him
backed
and
away.
just threw him off.
And see, that's what he did with Reichard there on that fast break. He's really thrown him off. He's a shifty little freshman, let me tell you. Reichard with the inbound, puts it up, no good. Himes with the putback, got it. 53-25 is our score. Yates will come up past the half-court line quickly. Drops it to Lucas Richman. He'll go against the bigger Himes. Richman will try to go up, and he'll get fouled by Hunter. Still alive over there, Orion?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure you're still with us.
Over with, yes.
I was afraid I thought I heard someone snoring over there. I was getting nervous. Richmond now from the foul line will shoot for the double bonus and hits it. I don't know. He's got 3 minutes. 1 second. That 1 second's going to be hard for him. Richmond will rattle out, but he'll try to run it down. 1 for 2 on that trip. Quick on over here to Stiers, rather. Lesenby with it. Drops on over to Hunter, and Hunter will drive. Leaves it for Carmichael. On over to Stiers. Stiers will try to go to the baseline. Finds Lesenby. Back on over. Tremaine, well, they just going to play a little keep away here. 2:33 remaining. Carmichael drops down in for Stiers. Stiers will try to back in. Lesenby will cut to the basket. He'll force it out to Tremaine. Hunter will reset. 2:23 now. Hunter receives the screen, goes in for the mid-range jumper. Rebound, Lesenby. No, that was Carmichael. Carmichael goes up and got it. So Carmichael gets it there. Yates back to Kreft. On over to Orsund. Orsund leaving to Yates. He'll drive, drops it for Kreft. Kreft for the up fake, drops it back to Richmond. Lucas will put on the ground, try to drive. No look pass to Westafer. Keegan will try to leave it on over to Orsund. Orsund will try to drive, spin move, good look there as he tries to go up strong. Banks open for Tye.
That gets his 6 points.
As Triton's nearing 55-28's our score. Carmichael gets it, goes in strong. Stiers with it, on over to Hunter. Tremaine with it. They're going to kind of work here. Trenton Kreft with some good defense on him. Yates will lose. Hunter, but Yates will block it. Oh, they're going to call the. Oh, man. Thought he got all ball on that one. Chase Butler will check in. So Hunter will go to the line for 2. Shot's good for him. So Chase Butler come in for Lucas Richman, 1:14 remaining. Butler got a point, got a basket the last game. Hunter to the line. Second shot is in. 2 for 2 on that trip. Butler with the basketball. Drops her to Tye Orsund. Throws it away. Hunter almost lost it. Boy, that was a quick turnaround.
Jeez.
He'll go up strong for the lay-in. Got it. Like he was going to eat some hardwood, but kept his balance and drives that one in for 2. Yates throws it away. Hunter alone for 2 again. 61-28's our score. Yates leave it for Orson. Inside 30 seconds. Like to see the guys get another basket here, and they can't.
Now we're just getting frantic.
It's just they're kind of over anticipating. Next game for Triton, they'll be traveling to Northwood. Northwood 2-1 on the season. Last season these two faced off. 57-35 was that one.
But that's with a lot of players that have graduated.
Exactly. So Triton will be kind of going to just a smaller class. Triton will lose here and fall to 1-1 on the season. But like I said, Plymouth is a tough team. There's a lot of size and athleticism for these guys. They're going to have to work hard in the NLC. As Warsaw is going to be a tough team to face in that Northern Lakes Conference. So that'll bring us to our final. 61-28's the score. McKinney will get some signal.
Unofficial
All right, welcome back, Triton Trojans fans. Andy O'Hara alongside Ashton Oviedo. Said it right that time, right?
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. I got it. Eventually we'll get it right. So, Ashton, being a freshman, what do you love about playing basketball?
It's just fun to me and making new relationships with all my teammates and being brothers out there.
What kind of things as far as, like, what aspects do you really enjoy about the game?
I like playing offense and making highlight plays.
Yeah, hey, you got a couple out there.
Thanks. And I like communicating on defense and really getting closer with them.
That's one thing watching. You do a real good job of communicating, letting everybody where you're at, and that's something as a freshman. It's something that's not a thing you really coach. That's a thing where it just that kind of comes with age. But as a freshman, that's really a lot of fun for us to watch from up here. How'd you kind of get started playing basketball?
I went to little team camps and I just went from there. I played more and more.
Just fell in love with it from there.
Yeah.
All right. So being a lower classman, this kind of being your first year, what kind of things are you learning from the coaches and from the guys who've played more minutes than you have? What kind of things you kind of trying to take from them to kind of apply to your game?
They're teaching me how to control the pace of the game and not go too fast and slow it down.
And that comes with it. And for those guys, like they played, they kind of know. And tonight, like we and I were talking, we were coming up playing teams like Plymouth, things like that. You just a lot of good learning experience for a guy that's a freshman that's going to have a bright future ahead of him. What would you tell other little boys and girls like wanting to play basketball, how to get themselves interested? What kind of things would you tell them to do to kind of get going in basketball?
I would try to join any leagues like the little leagues we have up at Triton and anything like that, and just try and keep playing. Okay.
Favorite subjects in school and why? I got to ask some school questions. Hey, you're a student athlete. We got to ask those questions, man. I know being a freshman.
I'd probably have to go with gym class.
Gym class, okay.
I like it. I have with all my friends, and we just mess around, have fun.
It's a good thing as far as kind of having freshman gym class, kind of get to know everybody. It's just kind of good time to kind of we don't get recess in high school, so it's kind of a little bit like that recess. Get to go have a good time with your friends out there.
Yeah.
Future plans beyond high school. I know you're a freshman. You got a long ways off, pal. Is there anything you're kind of getting your ideas, kind of set, like go to college, things to kind of work on towards that?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go to college. I'm not sure where at yet.
Oh yeah, you got time. You got time, bud. You got time.
Yeah, but I'm planning on going to college and maybe doing, I don't know, after that.
Okay. So I know you play different sports other than just basketball. What other kind of sports are you interested in and why?
I like playing baseball. I've grown up with it ever since I was little. My dad started teaching me when I was little, had a little diaper on, just hitting big balls.
Hey, that's important to get started. That's what I used to do with my dad. We used to have I played outfield. So my dad would take a golf ball and he would take a pitching wedge and he'd hit a golf ball up in the air, and that's how we had to learn to go with the sound and follow the sound and try to find the ball in the sunlight. And trust me, you didn't miss too many of those golf balls. So what about baseball do you like about baseball?
It's fun meet new people, having new relationships with people, and I don't.
Hey, it's just fun. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So the one thing we're trying to do is trying to get to know the players. That's why we're doing these interviews post game. I know with everything. I know it's a little nerve-wracking. We want to kind of get you guys comfortable so the community gets to know you guys and I get to know you guys real well. Because I mean, sit up here talking about you guys right up here. It's just like say your last name, you're making a play. But again, to kind of know you guys and how you guys kind of act, that kind of feeds into a lot to the broadcast. So, Beau picked you. Who's next?
Tye Orsund.
Tye Orsund. All right. Well, we'll do Tye next game. So this is Andy O'Hara with Ashton Oviedo. We'll have head coach Jason Groves here. So you want to take your headset off? We'll give it to Jason. Thanks, Ashton. Appreciate it. All right. Now we're here with head coach Jason Groves. Coach, tough game tonight, but the boys fought hard there. I mean, you got to give them some credit.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I thought they battled. We were especially first quarter, first half, we were in position to be in the game, and I thought that second quarter, if we knocked down some shots, we're right there with them. The kids came out with confidence, with some energy, some enthusiasm. That was nice to see. That was, one thing that concerned me was their physicality, and obviously that got to us and wore us down.
Well, and then as far as like that first quarter, the guys kind of came out and they were just all over the place this time. I mean, as far as like defensively, they were closing on the ball quick. They were really seeming like more of a team defensive game. These guys were playing a little bit better this go around.
Yeah, definitely. And that's one thing we worked at, and we talked about that. I thought about starting in the diamond on Hilliard, but I thought let's do what we do. Let's get better at what we do. And the kids came out and responded well at the beginning. And like I said, I think just the wear, their physicality just wore on us both offensively and defensively.
Those were some big boys down there. They're
definitely
no slouches. But the thing is, like I was talking to Kenny during the broadcast, they had to work for points. I mean, the guys didn't give it to them very handily sometimes, but they're early on that first half. They had to really work for points.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't question their effort. It's not that. We just got to be a little bit more fundamental in some certain things we do. I talked to him, I said, in order to beat a team like this, you got to, probably realistically have to take probably 6 charges. I don't think we had any where, we had some when we were up on the ball and perimeter, but, as somebody drives, slide over, get set, take the charge. We didn't do that, and that's where I think our lack of physicality comes in. We to be successful, I think we have to be more physical. We have to do those little things like take charges, box out our man and just make sure he doesn't get the rebound. So, like I said, we'll get better at what we do and, hopefully go from here.
So we saw Beau Hepler kind of got shaken. It looked like he may have got his shoulder jammed there on that one play down there under the basket when they were on defense. How's he doing? Is he?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll evaluate Eric, I'm sure. And I haven't had chance to really talk to Eric, but I think it just popped back in. So, hopefully it's not anything too major. He'll probably get it checked out and they'll report back. I don't know. I haven't heard.
Well, we hope he's okay because that shooting touch for him on the outside is a big weapon for you guys, especially.
Yeah, definitely.
Going against Northwood on Friday, desperately going up there to the pit up there. What kind of things you guys can prepare for over the week to kind of get ready for that game?
We got to kind of concentrate on ourselves. We got to focus on getting better. Period. Offensively, we got to take care of the ball. That hurt us tonight. Obviously, we got to knock down some shots. We need to shoot more in practice and get in shape. We're out of shape, I think, a little bit. It shows a lot when you play a physical team. They wear on your endurance wears, and so. That and, defensively just keep getting better. We got to, I think, closing out with our hand up, just getting to the right spot, getting to the gaps, being able to pinch and recover, like you said, playing as a team.
Yeah.
Because we don't have one guy that, I feel comfortable with, hey, you go guard him and lock him up and shut him down. We don't have that. We've had that in the past, but we don't have that with this team. We got to be a team to be successful.
And with the guys, kind of like you said, kind of learning, especially going against a team like Northwood, and learning from teams like Plymouth, and Northwood, those kind of matchups against teams like that's really going to prepare these guys and kind of get them to say, hey, we played against a pretty good Oregon Davis team, but this physicality against these teams kind of really battle tests you to go into the conference play and really face those kind of teams.
Yeah, definitely, and that's what I told them. A team like this, I told them this in the pregame. I said their physicality and they're going to expose your weakness. If you don't defend, it's going to show. If your effort's not there, it's going to show. If you're jumping for shot fakes, it's going to be exposed in these games. And so, you got to be fundamental. You got to be mentally focused the entire game. And quite frankly, right now, we don't have 5 guys that can do that. We don't have 5 guys that can focus and execute for an entire game. And I see it in practice. And, I'm putting the guys out there that I think do that the best.
Can do that. Trying to find that right combination.
They're not there yet, but it's the guys who are trying to do those and maybe do it the best.
The best of their ability.
Yeah, their ability, but we're not doing that consistently as a unit yet, and so. That's where we just got to get better, and that's all there is to it.
Okay, so we'll sign off here. Andy O'Hara with Jason Groves. We'll see you on tomorrow night as the girls will take on LaVille, and then, of course, the boys on Friday night up at Northwood. We'll be signing off here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network.